Good afternoon to you. Today we will continue with the Constitution, Parliamentary Committees. In the last class, we have taken Finance Committees, departmentally related Parliamentary Standing Committees, Committees to Inquire, and Committees to Scrutinize and Control. These four categories of committees we have already taken. Two more categories of committees are left. Today we will take the committees relating to day-to-day business of the House. Day-to-day business of the House. This category of committees consists of Business Advisory Committee, Committee on Private Member Bills and Resolutions, Rules Committee, and Committee on the Absence of Members from the Sittings of the House. These are all the four committees coming under the category of committees relating to day-to-day business of the House. First, let us start Business Advisory Committee. In Lok Sabha, the name itself indicates it is to advise about the business of the House. So, the primary function of the committee is to recommend time for discussion of various stages of government bills and other business, which the Speaker, in consultation with the Leader of the House, that is the Prime Minister, may direct to be referred to the committee. The committee also selects for discussion no day yet to named motion. We have already seen in the parliamentary procedure, and short duration discussion in addition to the time being allocated for discussion of financial business, President's address, budget, etc. The committee consists of, remember, this is Lok Sabha committee. The committee consists of Speaker and not more than 14. It is not fixed at 14. Remember, please understand. Speaker and not more than 14 other members nominated by the Speaker. So, who is presiding over? The Speaker. Speaker is the ex officio chairman of the committee. The committee is nominated at the commencement of the new House after general elections and thereafter from time to time. It holds office until a new committee is constituted. However, in practice, a new committee assumes office on 1st June every year. Casual vacancies are filled by the Speaker for the unexpired portion of the term of the committee. Remember, very important. Then comes Rajya Sabha Business Advisory Committee. That is, in Rajya Sabha, the Business Advisory Committee consists of 11 members. Understand? 11 members. Here, what is in Lok Sabha? Speaker plus 14 other members, not more than 14. Here, in Rajya Sabha, the Business Advisory Committee consists of 11 members, including Deputy Chairman. Chairman Rajya Sabha is the ex officio chairman of the committee. So, Chairman of Rajya Sabha is also there, Deputy Chairman also there, and 9 other members. The committee holds office till the new committee is constituted. If the chairman is unable to proceed over, the deputy chairman will act as chairman for that meeting. If both chairman and the deputy chairman are unable to proceed over the sitting, the committee chooses another member to act as chairman. So, this is the position. Here in Rajya Sabha, of course, the casual vacancies are filled by the chairman. Quorum is 5. The meetings are held normally in the chamber of the chairman, Rajya Sabha, on the opening day of each session, and every Thursday as far as possible thereafter. When on the opening day of each session, and also every Thursday when the house is in session, because they have to finalize. Then comes what is known as Committee on Private Member Bills and Resolutions. Private Member Bills and Resolution. As you know, we have already taken what are the conditions for Private Member Bill and what is the condition for Private Member Resolution. First of all, we have already explained who is a private member. Private member is a member other than the member of Council of Ministers. Other than the minister, all other members are private members. Don't discriminate, this is opposition party, this is a ruling party. All members, irrespective of the party, whoever, but not the minister, he is a private member. And we have detailed, we have taken the class on private member bill, private member and the private member bills in very detail. And in Lok Sabha, the Committee on Private Members Bill was first constituted on 1st December 1953. When it was constituted, 1st December 1953. With the total membership of 10. When? How many? 10. On 13th May 1954, on 13th May 1954, the membership increased from 10 to 15. So, 10 originally, it was increased to 15. Initially, the committee used to cover only the private member bills. However, from May 1954, the functions, the scope of the functions has been enlarged to cover the private members' resolution also. So, in addition to private member bills, private member resolution also has been extended. Then the term of the committee is 1 year from the beginning of 1st June. Of course, ending on 31st May each year. The function of the committee includes examination and classification of private member bills and resolutions according to their nature, according to their urgency, according to their importance, after they have been introduced in the house. Because normally private member bills are never opposed at the time of introduction, because private members are encouraged to introduce as many bills as possible, because that is the only outlet for them to pursue their intellectual, expansion of mind, horizon of mind. So that is the only chance. So parliamentary democracy encourages the members to introduce as many private member bill as possible. However, subject to other restrictions. For instance, they cannot meddle with the constitution, etc. This we have already seen. The committee should see especially those bills which intend to amend the constitution. This is the additional responsibility. Most importantly, remember, in Rajya Sabha, there is no committee to deal with the private member bills and resolutions. In Rajya Sabha, there is no committee to deal with private member bills and resolutions. Okay. Where then how this function is performed? This function is performed by Business Advisory Committee of Rajya Sabha. Who performs? Business Advisory Committee of Rajya Sabha. Now we are coming to Rules Committee. Rules Committee in Lok Sabha. Rules Committee in Lok Sabha is nominated by Speaker, consisting of 15 members, including the Speaker, who is the ex officio chairman of the committee. Speaker is the ex officio chairman of the Rules Committee. So there can be a question, who Speaker Lok Sabha is the ex-officio chairman of which of the committees? They will add privilege committee. No. So you have to be very careful. Rules committee, ex-officio chairman, speaker. Up to third Lok Sabha, deputy speaker used to be nominated as member of the committee. Up to third Lok Sabha, who deputy speaker also used to be nominated as member of the rules committee. However, with the election of member of opposition party in Lok Sabha in December 69, from December 69, as deputy speaker, the practice of nominating deputy speaker to rules committee was discontinued. So, initially it was there, but subsequently it was discontinued. The functions of the committee are to be considered the matters of procedure and conduct of the business. You know, there is a booklet, Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Lok Sabha, Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Rajya Sabha. Two separate booklets. So, first these rules are made. So, remember, most important factor, these rules are not as a result of an act. These rules are as a result of constitution. Most important factor. So, it is not as a result of, normally rules are made as a result of the act of the parliament. Whereas, the rules of procedure of the house, in conduct of business, etc., these rules have been made in consequence of the constitutional provision. Remember, most important. Then, the functions of the committee is to consider the matters of procedure and conduct of the business and how the members are to be disciplined, controlled, what are the various powers of the speaker, etc. has been given in the rules of procedure of the house. Then in Rajya Sabha, the committee consists of 16 members. Rajya Sabha, the committee consists of 16 members, including chairman and deputy chairman. Chairman and deputy chairman. Chairman Rajya Sabha is the ex-officio chairman of the committee. Chairman Rajya Sabha is the ex-officio chairman of the committee. The committee holds the office until a new committee is constituted, and casual vacancies are filled by the chairman. Most important factor you should never forget, quorum for the committee is 7 members. How many? Quorum for the committee is 7 members. See, total member itself is 16. And what is the quorum? 7 members. Quorum of the committee is 7 members. So, sometime it is 5, sometime it is 7. But as far as Lok Sabha is concerned, the quorum is always 1/3. For the committees, it is 1/3. Whereas in Rajya Sabha, it varies between 5 and 7. Here it is 7. The chairman can cast only a casting vote. That is, normal time he cannot vote. If there is a tie, if there is a equality of vote, then chairman can exercise what is popularly known as casting vote. So, we have completed this. Now we are coming to Committee on Absence of Members from the Sittings of the House. What is that? Committee on the Absence of Members from the Sittings of the House. As you know, Article 101, we have seen already what are the disqualification, what are the requirement, qualifications and disqualifications, we have already seen. The Article 101 provides, if a period of 60 days, a member is absent from the sittings of the House without permission, most important factor, without permission, and 60 days absent, then in that case, his seat is declared vacant. His seat is declared vacant by the House. Under which article? Article 101 of the Constitution. If a member is absent for 60 days, if he is absent, remember, the seat is declared vacant. He is not, he is not unseated. The seat is declared vacant on the basis of the motion passed by the House. Remember, the House has only the powers. The committee will recommend, and the House has the powers to pass a motion declaring the seat to be vacant. And on being declared vacant, then the Speaker will write to the President, and President will write to the what is known as the Election Commission for conducting the re-election. So the purpose, the point you should note is 60 days absent from the sittings of the House without permission, most important, his seat is declared vacant by the House through a resolution under Article 101 of the Constitution. Accordingly, they have made the rules. They have made the rules prescribing a method for seeking permission of the House by a member to remain absent and also for vacation of the seat if the occasion arises. To deal with such applications received from the members of Parliament for leave of absence, the Lok Sabha has constituted a committee on the absence of members from the sittings of the House. The committee consists of 15 members nominated by Speaker and the term not exceeding 1 year, normally constituted in May or June each year. May or June each year. So, it is 1 year, not exceeding 1 year, 15 members, normally reconstituted in May or June, and the purpose is to examine the applications received from the members of Parliament for leave of absence and take the approval of the House. Remember, most importantly, there is no such committee in Rajya Sabha. There is no such committee in Rajya Sabha. And who looks after these matters? These matters are looked after by the House itself, the Council itself, that is Rajya Sabha itself looks after these functions. So we have completed the what is known as committee relating to day-to-day business of the House. Day-to-day business of the House, of which you have already seen Business Advisory Committee, Committee on Private Members' Bills and Resolutions, Rules Committee, and Committee on the absence of members from the sittings of the House. So remember, the business private member bills and resolution committee work in Rajya Sabha is looked after by Business Advisory Committee, and the committee on the absence of members from the sittings of the House, the functions of this committee in Lok Sabha is looked after in Rajya Sabha by the House itself, by the Council itself. These 2 points, remember, it is very important. And what are the composition? Quorum in 7 in one case. So all these things are important for the examination point of view, PT point of view. Thank you. We will continue the last category tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.